Hi y'all, welcome to the garden. Today I'm going to be showing you some new 2027 perennials and shrubs from Peru Winters that I got in and got planted a couple weeks ago to let them get established a little bit. They are some gorgeous things we're going to talk about. We're going to start out with the perennials and show you those new varieties, and then we'll move to the shrubs. Everything I've pretty much planted in this front garden bed. My focus this year is really filling out this space and making it full and beautiful and full of interest all season long. So there's a lot of cool, interesting things in here. Let's take a look. So first we have some new alliums from Peru Winters called 𝗩𝗓𝗘𝗧𝗦. Now, if you're familiar with serendipity, this is like its little brother or little sister. It stays a little shorter, 14 to 18 inches, more compact. The actual leaves themselves are a little skinnier than serendipity, but still produces those gorgeous purple seed heads that are beloved by pollinators. So it's a full sun to light shade plant, 14 to 18 inches tall, 16 to 20 inches. It clumps up, of course, good in zones 4 through 8. So really nice plant here that is deer and rabbit resistant. I've kind of tucked them along some of the boogie woogie sedums that I have here from Peru Winters as well. So in this space next to some irises I tucked in a new Penstemon called Lavender Sapphires. Now they don't look like much now. I will put a picture on the screen of what they'll look like in the coming months to years. Lavender Sapphire gets 18 to 22 inches tall, 20 to 26 wide, also good in zones 4 through 8. You can see kind of here on the tag, and I'll put a better picture on the screen what they look like. These are great for hummingbirds. They have similar blooms as like a salvia might that have those really long tubular flowers, and so hummingbirds love to sip nectar out of these as well. So really nice plant. The blooms almost are blue to purple, so really cool looking plant. Next to that we have a dark sky salvia. This is the Living Large series. So this was a new plant that was released coming next year, but they recently released one that I'll show you after this that is similar, so you can get an idea of what it looks like. So this one gets big. It's a big salvia, 24 to 28 inches tall, 28 to 30 inches wide, good through zones 3 through 8. So just a tiny thing right now, but if we go over here in the garden, you can see its cousin here. That's kind of what you'll get here, except the blooms on dark sky are darker than this variety. So really nice salvia, dramatic, bigger than a lot of the others you'll find on the market. Here we have some new Penstemon as well. This one's called Dark Amethyst, and it's a little further along than the others, so you can actually see what the bloom structure on these amethysts look like. Similar in size, 18 to 22 inches tall, 20 to 26 inches wide, good in zones 4 through 8. But look at those beautiful purple blooms. So like I said, those tubular shapes, nice for pollinators there. And I think my favorite of the bunch, which I'm really excited to see Peru Winters releasing some more like ground covery type things. This is called 𝗪𝗪𝗘𝗢. It's a new species, I believe, to the Peru Winters collection. And it is a very, very nice gray to blue foliage. So this will spread out a little bit, and I put it on the edge of the border so it would kind of be some dramatic color differences from the other salvias and catmints I have in the area, along with some of the phlox. And you can see I've paired it with some of the sedum. Really good for a like rock garden. So I've got it here. It's not on drip irrigation, and it should perform just well. It's only 4 to 6 inches tall, so it's one of those creepy crawly ones. Can spread up to 32 inches wide, good in zones 3 through 7, and likes full sun. So it also blooms white flowers in late spring to early summer. We will see if I get any flowers on these this year. Probably not, since it's such a small plant. But next year, most definitely we'll get to look at those flowers. All right, we got some new shrubs as well. A lot of these are smaller shrubs, which I'm really excited about. Some even miniatures, including a new hydrangea arborescens or smooth leaf hydrangea called Invincible Wee White 2.0. So proven winners, when they find an improvement of a similar shrub that they have had in the past, they discontinue the previous one and typically add like 2.0 or improved at the end of it. So let's take a look at that one. So this one is just a baby. There's a few blooms on it though. So 𝗍𝗚𝗘𝗢𝗧's interesting because it only gets like less than a couple feet tall and wide. So I planted kind of a trio of them right here. Something came through and broke off a couple branches. It's probably a critter crawling through the garden. But you can see how early it is and how many buds it's producing off those branches. If you're familiar with like Incredible Hydrangea or Incredible Stormproof, they have the flowers that emerge white and then they turn a little limey and then they dry to brown. This shrub is the same type of hydrangea, just in miniaturized form. Here we have Yuki Cherry Blossom 2.0. 𝗬𝗟𝗓𝗧 is a great shrub in the spring that blooms early. So Cherry Blossom has pink and white blooms on it. I can't show you any of those now. You might be able to see actually here. Looks like some of the blooms fell off. That pink color right there on the petal. Really nice textural shrub to add to the garden though. So I'm really excited to have this one here and see how it performs season after season. Did get a new hydrangea in for my hydrangea trials. This one is called Let's Dance Hot Stepper. So it's supposed to be a hybrid. I believe it's primarily a mountain. It may be crossed with a little bit of macrophylla to get that rebloom going on. I'm excited to add it to my trials and see how it performs. Right now it's just a baby thing. I'll show you it, but we'll see how well it performs in its first season this year. So really nice green foliage coming from the greenhouse. It's right here at the front. It'll get nice early morning light under this maple. That is kind of the perfect conditions for a macrophylla here, protection from the sun, eastern facing sun. So I'm excited to see how this one performs compared to all the others I have in my hydrangea macrophylla mountain trials I got going on under this maple. So I'm about to show you a new Spirea called Double Play Princess. Proven Winners, in my opinion, does a really great job at like breeding things so that they're smaller and more compact for like the suburban landscape. So even if you don't have a huge landscape like I do, you can fit a lot of varieties, a lot of plants and varieties that they have in their collection in your landscape and still enjoy a specific variety that you might be interested in without having to deal with it getting out of control. So here we'll have Double Play Princess. It is a beautifully pink blooming Spirea, but it stays tiny. Spirea is great for pollinators. I actually scared one off coming up over here, but you can see how nice and lovely those pink blooms are and see how many buds this has on it, even though it is such a tiny shrub. My goal was for it to be a nice color contrast next to this drops of Jupiter oregano I have here. And I think it's going to do just that. Nice dark green foliage, beautiful pink blooms. The drops of Jupiter will have purple blooms later in the season. So it will align really nicely here on the edge of my landscape. Front of the border plant because it stays so tiny and compact. So really nice. And it should double bloom or rebloom for you later in the season. You can shear it back if you want to for best results. You don't have to. I've kind of stuck this one back in the back because it'll take a little bit to grow on, but it's called Featherman Vitex. And it'd be best if I just show you a picture of this one because it is so small. But look how textural these leaves are. This is a Vitex, which is kind of newer, being developed in our zone. Having said that, I have seen some very old, huge Vitex in the area, but it's not something that you see traditionally in Zone 6. They typically need a really protected spot. Over the past couple years to the market, there have been coming a lot of new Vitex that are hardy down to Zone 6, so you don't necessarily have to worry about them dying over winter. So this is a new one called Featherman, kind of upright, really like interesting foliage and kind of more like a statement shrub for the garden. So we'll show you some photos of that on the screen. So you can get an idea of what it will look like in its full size. I also have a few of these cherry laurels I've tucked around the garden. This is a new one called Jade Turtle. Look at that foliage. So Jade Turtle is supposed to get like 3 to 3 foot tall and wide, or 3 by 3. It's hardy down to Zone 6, and it's supposed to kind of be, you know, grow into that perfect kind of, not necessarily a sphere shape, but that nice, even dimensional shrub. And so I'm really excited to see how it does. Zone 6 evergreens don't always remain evergreen here for me, but we're going to be testing this one out to see if it does. I'm really excited to add something like this to the garden because there's not many plants that provide this type of evergreen color here, or those slick glossy leaves. So I have a lot of the Pugster series butterfly bushes in my garden. They perform really well here. Plant them a little high if you have clay soils. They like to be planted a little high anyway and remain a little dry. Excellent pollinator, butterfly attractors, of course. And they released a new one to the series called Sorbet. And I'll show you these later in the season because they're going to be really beautiful because it's a multicolored bloom. It's got some white and I believe some pink in it. So something that did not exist in the collection previously. Butterfly bushes take a little bit to get going in the spring, so until it really heats up, you may not see them start showing any growth, but Sorbet is going to be a really nice addition to the Pugster series collection. Pugster is known as like a miniature butterfly bush with really large blooms for its size, so that's what's really nice about the Pugster series collection. I really loved one called Amethyst. I think I have a white one as well. And then I have like a bluish color one. I can't remember all the names off the top of my head, but they're all in my plant library if you want to take a look. I've already shown this a little bit in videos, but this is a new 9-bark called 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗦, which has pink blooms. Has beautiful foliage. 9-barks are some of my favorite kind of textural plants in the garden. They just look really nice. This one will get pretty big, so let me go show you one that it'll look similar size and you can kind of see what it's going to look like full grown. So I do not have regular summer wine. This is a variety called ginger wine by Proven Winners as well, which is going to be very similar. The color of the leaves is slightly different in ginger wine. You can see that they start off a little different color than summer wine will, but this is what the plant will kind of look like full grown. This has the white blooms. Rosé will have pink blooms. So really beautiful plant. We've got a little bit of rain, so it's kind of arching a little more than usual this morning, but still a beautiful specimen plant. They look kind of great on the corner of your house. I have it kind of as a screening plant for the shrub border over here, but 9-barks are some of my favorite just for even cut flower arrangements. You can clip off some of the lower level stems and get you some beautiful like foliage for arrangements. And that is about it for this video. So lots of new Proven Winners shrubs. This is just a few of them released this year, not all of them. And so if you're interested in looking at both the perennials and shrubs released by Proven Winners, they should be on their website. New for 2027, they typically list all of the new shrubs coming out. So check those out and follow along, and we'll see how these perform this year and next year and in the future. I'm excited about some of these varieties. A lot of new varieties on things and species I've already grown before, so I know they're going to perform really well in the garden. So thank y'all for joining, and remember, be a light. Take care. Bye.